Levi Mitchell communicating with the quarterback on the way off the field.
Justin Goulds has some momentum now and some confidence. Steps back, fires. Oh, what a catch by Chad Simpson. Outstanding. That is layout.
A terrific effort by Chad Simpson. We'll get another look and see if he actually hung on to this football. Great stab.
Oh, I don't know.
May have trapped that one a little bit. Looked like the point of that ball hit the ground as he landed.
No challenge.
Can't fault the effort.
Second down, 7. Passing down again. Here comes the rush. Goulds again into Colhart, who's become a favorite target so far. Big Rory Colhart collects another one. First down, Winnipeg.
Well, Rory Colhart's a guy who's going to see a lot of touches simply by the position he plays in this offense. He's filling in for Corey Watson, who at the time of his hamstring injury was the Bombers' leading receiver. He'll be asked to do a lot as he also takes on a lot of those blocking responsibilities of Watson's.
Blue Bombers go hurry up again, taking the Stampeders out of some defensive rhythm here, just like they did in that last series. We'll see if it works. First and 10, Simpson now. Sweeping right side, avoids one and has a first down. Carries a couple of Stampeders with him, including Cordero Law. Big run there by Chad Simpson. 15-yard gain.
Chad Simpson talked to us a little bit yesterday, saying, you know, sometimes for a running back, it's not always to our advantage playing Canadian football, even though it's a bigger field. A lot of time you're facing smaller, faster linebackers that you can't outrun those guys to the edge, but he did it that time.
Goulds over the top. Oh, what a catch again. There is a Terrence Edwards sandwich down near the 7-yard line. Terrence Edwards comes back into the Blue Bomber lineup, and the veteran known for his 1,000-yard seasons, clutch catch.
A good hesitation move there to get that inside position on Brandon Smith.
Down in the red zone. Goulds, touchdown, Winnipeg, and again, Jade Etienne. How about this? This young man has come so far from last year when he made that first catch and almost elicited a standing ovation from the Winnipeg faithful. Almost a mock cheer. He has become a big part of the Blue Bomber offense.
Well, he has, and he's a guy who's been tied a little bit to the regime. Joe Mack, as general manager, is the one who drafted Jade Etienne. Some people questioned the pick. But Jade Etienne, as he matures, grows into that body, becoming a key member of this receiving corps.
Goulds to Etienne twice tonight. The Blue Bombers have their first lead.
Shop at Safeway to play.
8 seconds. You have 2 touchdowns.
2 touchdowns and a couple of souvenirs to go along with them. You see those balls getting marked and set aside for number 88.
Native of Regina, Saskatchewan. Played at University of Saskatchewan, Brian Towers and the Huskies. Now Larry Taylor trying to answer.
Jade Etienne's 2 touchdowns in this ball game, both very similar. He's going to line up at number 2. Inside of him, Rory Colhart's going to go inside to block. He's got the quick slant, no safety help on the inside. Easy throw, quick hitter. Very similar here. Colhart's inside of him. He's going to go in to block. Etienne's got that quick slant. Safety's tight to the line. No help inside. Candy from a baby for Goulds and Etienne.
Justin Goulds threads the needle. Justin Goulds ups the ante. 6 of his last 6. Bo Levi Mitchell was perfect. Only 1 incompletion. Markway McDaniel. Ian Wild makes the stop after the catch.
And Jade Etienne, it may feel like it's been a long time coming for this young man. No catches in 17 games in year 1, 1 catch in 14 games in year 2. As you said, Rod, coming in tonight already had 11 catches through the first 4 weeks of the season. 2 touchdowns tonight. He's got the Bombers' longest receiving play of the year as well in week 1 against Montreal.
Second down and 6, and for grabs. Bo Mitchell trying to force one into Mr. Second Down, Nick Lewis. And again, Damon Washington playing different position tonight. Retreats back in that nickel spot and helps out on Nick Lewis.
Yeah, he's going to see a lot of Nick Lewis play in that spot tonight. Lewis will often line up as the number 3 receiver to the field for Calgary, but Damon Washington, smaller than Nick Lewis, as most defensive backs are, but he's got the right aggressive attitude as well as the athleticism to match up pretty well there.
Rob Maver's last punt, only 24 yards. This one, a boomer. Now let's see what Aaron Woods can do. And wrapped up, brought down near the 30-yard line. Former Special Teams Player of the Year in the UFL in the United States. Coming up tomorrow, Saskatchewan Roughriders undefeated in the Hamilton Tiger Cats, a rematch. Cats got a lot to prove tomorrow. This one, 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific in Guelph.
One of those games where you judge what your team is made of for the Hamilton Tiger Cats, seeing how their players are going to respond to the beatdown last week in Regina.
And some players moving since that loss. Markeith Knowlton on his way out of Steeltown. I thought you'd see that happen. A wing formation here this time for Goltz, and that one slipped right out of his hands.
Justin Goltz tried to pull that one back. Double clutched a little bit. Thought he knew where he wanted to go with the football and then changed his mind, but couldn't stop the momentum of that arm going forward.
So after 6 for 6, incomplete pass, but there's 8 of 12. Good numbers for Goltz. Again, 13 of 15 last week against the Argonauts. Goltz again now. Nice tight spiral, but again, just too far from Terrence Edwards.
And Terrence Edwards is
pleading his case.
Yeah, he got grabbed a little bit on his break by the defensive back, Quincy Butler, as he tries to break to the out here. See that left hand on the shoulder pad.
And then grabbed again a couple times. Terrence, a veteran, former Alouette, of course, and made his home here in Winnipeg last 5 years. Mike Renault.
Let him go. Let him go.
Couple hops in front of Taylor. He reverses field and dives forward up near the 40-yard line. So the Calgary offense on the field, and that means that Winnipeg defense led by Alex Hall, the masher, on Wendy's Friday Night Football.
Honda was.
There's Alex Hall. And there's the quarterback crunch, the sack leaders. Alex Hall right there with Kyrie Seber, the former Blue Bomber.
Well, Hall leading the CFL last year with 9 sacks at the time of his injury after week 14, but he's continued from that point this season off to a great start with 6 through the first 4 weeks.
8.5 to go. There's the shovel pass to John Cornish. He's got some D-line here. John Cornish to the 40, breaks it inside, down to the 30-yard line. But a penalty flag back at the Calgary 45-yard line. Will this come back? A 38-yard pickup. Will it stay? Will it go?
Offside. Winnipeg number 96. That penalty be declined. First down.
It stays. Nice scamper by John Cornish on the shovel pass from Mitchell.
Well, Alex Hall a little too quick off the line of scrimmage that time. He's the man flagged for the offside. He's on the backside of the play, so it's to no advantage for the Blue Bombers. You saw a great display of the balance of John Cornish.
Cornish, a 38-yard catch. Levi Mitchell, that was tipped, and Rob Cote, his game of the century tonight, his 100th game, but that is an incomplete offering. See that number 19 for Bo Levi Mitchell. It's a significant number for him.
Well, it is one of his heroes, and he says it's going to sound funny when you consider my age, but Johnny Unitas is one of the guys that I guess caught his attention growing up based on a drill that his high school coach used to make him do called Johnny U's. So he took an interest in the NFL legend.
Could be fate. Oh, and there he goes. Bo Levi Mitchell now chucks it to Nick Lewis. And so that will bring out the field goal unit. Remember a week ago, Rene Paredes against Montreal, a chance to tie the CFL record. At first, we thought it was over. The streak was over. But in fact, it was ruled a block and not an attempt. Now, some people say that's controversial decision. Rene Paredes had a kick blocked in college, so he realized that would not be considered an attempt. Right now, this is a chance to tie the CFL record for consecutive field goals made. This one from the 37-yard line. The kick is up, and it is 30-30. Rene Paredes has tied Paul McCallum's all-time CFL consecutive field goals made record. 30 in a row.
Congratulations to Rene Paredes over the course of the last 2 seasons. Of course, they don't count the playoff streak as well, as he's didn't miss it all in the 2012 playoffs.
It's 38 in a row, by the way, if you consider the playoffs. This guy has been money. Automatic.
Unfitting. He ties that record in the place where his CFL career began, a practice roster player with the Winnipeg Blue Bombers, when the Calgary Stampeders needed someone to fill in for an injured Rob Maver and picked him up.
Now Justin Goulds. But you're right, Rene Paredes was called here and then released, went back to John Abbott College in Montreal. This is a guy who played some CEGEP football, then went to Concordia. But he went back there, was working in a print shop. Thought that, I'm going to work in a print shop now, maybe might get a call. He got a call right away from the Calgary Stampeders.
Yeah, at the time, Burke Dales was the punter in Calgary. Rob Maver was the field goal kicker. Maver got hurt. They needed a guy. They brought in some prospects for a kickoff. Rene Paredes won that kickoff and hasn't looked back since.
His next one will set a new CFL record. Chad Simpson slips. Saw those rubber pellets in the field turf come flying out as Chad Simpson lost his footing. There's a penalty flag as well, Dwayne.
We heard Milt Stiegel talk before this ball game about his feeling on the importance of Chad Simpson to this Blue Bombers offense, a guy who had over 1,000 yards in just 14 games last year, former NFLer, his biggest year coming with the Indianapolis Colts. So spent some time with the Washington Redskins.
Told us yesterday he's still living the dream of someday getting back there. 27-year-old Chad Simpson. 3rd down. Mike Renault. 3-point ball game. Larry Taylor, far sideline, is tripped up out of bounds. Joining us on the sideline tonight here in Winnipeg is Sean Churchill. Sean?
Thank you very much, Rod. After the team started 1-3 this season, the Winnipeg Blue Bomber players took matters into their own hands this past week and called a players-only meeting. The veterans got the members of their group to stand up and be accountable. Well, Tim Burke also had a few words. He's not happy with the maturity of his team so far this season, and he used the Calgary Stampeders as an example. Last week, the Stampeders roaring back after being down 24-0 to score 35 points. He says the Stampeders come to the ballpark every week believing they're going to win, while the Winnipeg Blue Bombers are still trying to learn how to win. Guys?
It is a hard thing to learn how to win when you haven't had much continuity. You think about this team, only a season removed, the Blue Bombers, from going to the Grey Cup game.
Well, I mean, it's going to sound cliche to say it because you hear it all the time, but winning and losing are learned habits, and there's no question about it in the game of football. And when you're in a losing environment, it becomes very difficult to turn that around. The Winnipeg Blue Bombers are a team that struggled through last year, didn't make a lot of changes in the offseason, so they're trying to turn that attitude around with the same group of guys here.
2nd down and 1 from the 46-yard line. Again, this is Bo Levi Mitchell. He's used to this stuff. He's done it all season. Conversely, you start believing, and that's what the Calgary Stampeders. And if there was ever a template for belief, it happened a week ago.
Yeah, no question. Down 24-0 after the first quarter. The Stampeders responded with the largest comeback victory from a first quarter deficit in CFL history.
Quarterback got banged up. Kevin Glenn knocked out of the game. Bo Levi Mitchell comes in. Stretches their record to 3-1.
For the Calgary Stampeders, as Tim Burke alluded to it, it doesn't matter what adversity you face, you always believe and expect that you're going to win the football game.
Kevin Glenn in helmet, will not see action. Drew Tate always behind the visor. They did not get that first down, so now it's 3rd and inches here. Mitchell's going to go forward again with the lunge, and he's got it. How much do you feel this indoctrination tonight for Bo Levi Mitchell and Justin Goulds has been aided by the fact that they've been able to touch the football so much tonight? You know, we've had the Joey Elliott's, the Alex Brinks, and others in other teams the past few seasons make their debuts, per se.
Yeah, it's huge because you've got these guys not just playing mop-up insignificant minutes, but playing meaningful snaps in the course of the ball game, particularly in key situations near the goal line.
Again, over the top for Hawthorne. Again, Tim Hawthorne of North Alabama, out of Birmingham. Grew up in a crime-ridden neighborhood. A lot of tragedies and obstacles to avoid. Lost his best friend in a car accident, a car that he was in back in 2007. It's kind of haunted him for a while. He's played football through it. Tribute to his late friend, and got a chance here with Calgary after Joe West went down with injury. Rangy receiver. 2nd and 4. Rollout. Again, drops it into the hands of Marquay McDaniel, and Bo Levi Mitchell has looked razor sharp here tonight.
Bo Levi Mitchell is not lacking in confidence at all, and he's going to make some of those tough throws. You see him delivering that one to Marquay McDaniel on the move. The expectation from this Winnipeg Blue Bomber defense was that was one of the big things that you were going to see a little bit more from Bo Levi Mitchell than either Kevin Glenn or Drew Tate, is him getting out of the pocket, moving around a little bit. Might see a little bit of zone read kind of stuff as well.
Well, the 3-minute warning has hit the field here in Winnipeg. Stampeders on the march here. Down 3. Debut night tonight for Bo Levi Mitchell and Justin Goulds. And so far, so great.
That's right.
The king of the coupe moves with force and finesse. The new 2014 Scion TC knocks out the